depth the new face of poverty. A woman who works as a school library aide in Los Angeles has learned that they're going to cut her salary, her hours rather, in half, and that's going to push her below the poverty line. CNN's Casey Wyan has her story.
Mary Bates doesn't show up in government statistics on poverty. It's 7 a.m. as she signs her time card at Burton Street Elementary School in Los Angeles.
I come to work an hour and a half early and give that to the district so I can get my clerical work done.
She earns $16.37 an hour. Her title is library aide, but she does the job of a librarian.
This is my library inventory, plus the ones that are on the card on the other side that I'm currently working on. We have approximately 14,000 books in this library.
Bates says she works 8 to 10 hours a day at the school library and at home, but she's only paid for 6 hours. With time off for summer, she earns about $20,000 a year. She recently received a notice from the Los Angeles Unified School District that later this month her paid hours will be cut in half to 3 per day.
I was stunned. I didn't think that it would happen. You can't maintain a library in 3 hours. It's impossible.
For students, the cuts will mean fewer reading opportunities.
They don't read, they're not going to succeed.
For Bates, the loss of income will put her below the single-person federal poverty threshold of $10,890 a year.
You think about that, $16.37 an hour. Gas is $4 a gallon. Milk is $5 a gallon. A box of cereal is $5. Clothes to put on people's back. You got utility bills that every other month, oh, we're raising water, we're raising this. I won't be able to pay my bills, literally. I will not be able to make it. I can't live on 3 hours.
Life already is complicated. Bates has diabetes and could eventually lose her health insurance because of the impending reduction in work hours.
If I had no medical insurance, I don't think I could afford the $1,400 a month for the pills and insulin.
She also cares part-time for her 2 granddaughters, 6-year-old Natalie.
Boy, exactly.
And 12-year-old Amber.
I work wherever I have to work. You know, I have to make a way for my grandkids and myself.
State budget cuts also will force her to a new school farther from home, so she's looking for other work.
I can't imagine doing any other job. Those kids are like my extended family.
Living on the edge of poverty doesn't allow much planning ahead.
What do you think you're going to be a year from now?
Oh, I don't know. I couldn't answer that question because every month is a challenge.
Casey Wyan, CNN, Los Angeles.
We wish her the best.